Hey there, welcome to the wonderful world of powder actuated tools, however wonderful that may be. Here I have a vintage ammo Model KS. This is a short version of the Model K. I did a video of a Model K several years ago and have one of them right here. The short versions of the tools are generally 1.5 inches in capacity, sometimes 1.25 inches. This tool is no different. What is different about this and other short versions of the tools is that it has a different barrel assembly on it. Most notably, a different nose piece. Where in this nose piece stays up here where the Z-clip is. When I open the tool, the nose piece stays inside, doesn't travel, where in this one is at the end of the tool and stays at the end of the tool. It's a bit unusual for a short tool to be that different than the long tool. Again, usually it's just shorter versions of that long tool. This wire up here on the front actually does not belong on an Ammo KS, and this barrel actually is not from an Ammo KS. The body here was in that box of parts and tools that I got years ago that included those ammo tools and some other things, but there wasn't a short barrel in it. Everything was there except for the short barrel. However, a different version of the tool, a later version, one that was sold by a company called Stinger, which was around in the late 80s or early 90s and was just one of those small companies importing powder loads and tools and pins from overseas and trying to gain a foothold into the industry. Anyway, this company Stinger had a version of this tool, and this barrel came out of that tool. That tool was ran over by a forklift and the handle was destroyed, so the barrel found its way into this tool body. Other than this wire on the front of it, the difference in the barrels is that this barrel here is chambered for a regular 22 crimp load, which you'll find in a hardware store today, wherein an ammo tool would have been chambered for this short load, 22 caliber short. Let's find one that's a little shinier than that, shall we? One looks a little better. Yeah, for some reason ammo use these short loads, and as far as I know, it's the only tool on the market that did use these short loads. There are also some short wad loads that were used like in the target tier and I think in starter pistols. But other than that, I really don't know what these short loads were intended for. And it's kind of odd that you would see them and that they were on the market for ammo and nothing else. They may have been used in something, who knows, but nothing that I'm aware of. Anyway, let's go back to the tool. So this tool now has this keeper on it, and it's there for a reason. The thing about these ammo tools, they have the stop here, and apparently, reading the literature, if you were to overdrive the tool once, drive the piston out the end of the tool, that key, or Z-clip as it was commonly called, would break. So you would have to replace it immediately. The urban myth that I heard, or urban legend, I don't know how true it is, but I'm going to call it an urban legend, is that on more than one occasion these keys broke and the front of the tool flew off and caused some serious injury. So I better show you what this is like first. So you have this keeper in here, which is the key hooks into. It's similar to the nose piece that is on the long version of the tool, the Model K. But the nose piece here, the guide, pin guide, it's only held on by tightly too. A rubber O-ring. That's all that holds that in. So in the ammo tools, in the early versions of this tool, which were made in Spain, that's pretty much it that was holding the nose piece on. So if somebody used a wad load in there, which are far more powerful than the crimp loads, it could have drove the end of that tool right off to some drywall if that's what they were shooting, and as the myth goes or legend goes, strike someone. So this spring here was added as a keeper to keep the nose piece from flying loose. And this is more like the nose piece of the Model K. It's just half the length, and the Z-clip fits in there. So this goes in here, and then put the nose piece back on, and the clip. So to put it back together, I had to line up the keeper, or whatever, the guide, piston guide, maybe that's what it's called, and the key, the stop, the Z-clip, and then I can put it all back together. And it functions. So that's your Model KS. Not much more I can add to it that I didn't say in the first video on the long tools. I was always hoping to get the original barrel for this tool, but I guess this will do. You know, if I get the original barrel, or maybe another one of these barrels, maybe we'll see how good that keeper works. But don't count on it. Seldom do I follow. I never follow up on what I say I'm going to do. What am I saying? Anyway, that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching, and have a nice day.